Hello, I'm Roger Bisbee from Skill Builder and I'm here with a beauty today. This is the DCD470 DeWalt cordless angle drill. In other words, it's the drill that you use for drilling through joists. If you're a plumber and you want to put a waste pipe through a joist, heaven forbid you want to put too big a hole in that joist. But if you want to go through, say, with a 40mm waste pipe, then this is the one to do it with. And also it's good for electricians, obviously, for putting cables through the side of a joist. Bit beefy for that really, but what you've got to remember is this will take a hole saw of up to 152mm, so that's just over 6 inches, and that's a big old hole saw, isn't it? So if you're an electrician, you want to put those access panels, or even a plumber, you want to put those access panels that you drop in into floorboards and things like that. You just want to do, you know, a quick bit of wiring. Don't want to take a floorboard up, just make a hole, take it out. It's the ideal tool for that kind of job. So as is common with these drills, we've got the chuck key, which you know, given the fact we've got cordless chucks all over the place nowadays, is something which is almost unique to these kind of drills. So that is the 13mm chuck on there, which is obviously made for those bigger tools. If you're going to be using an auger bit or something like that, then it's absolutely ideal. 2-speed, locked off down here. We turn it around for that high action, but if you're doing something with big torque, if you're using it on that 150mm hole saw, then you want to be on speed 1. And it gives an incredible 269 newton meters of torque, which if you look at cordless drills, generally you might struggle to get past 180 newton meters of torque with a lot of them. Getting 269 is a lot of torque. Now, because of that, you need a good side handle, and I'd say do not try to use this without that side handle. It's easy enough to screw in. As you can see, it's a real beefy bit of chunky thread in there. We're not talking about a flimsy little side handle. It's made so that you can hold it very steady. Now the good news is that when you're using that kind of torque and you're using a big hole saw, if it does jam, it's got an electronic chuck on it, which will show up on the indicator there and obviously disengage the motor from the gearbox, so it will actually stop turning, and you'll know that it's just stopped. That's different to the mechanical chucks, which make a lot of noise. With these ones, they're fairly silent, but you'll know that it's happened anyway. So we've got a good handle on the top there as well if you're doing something smaller, but as I say, if you're doing a big hole saw, you really want to be holding it there. It's running on the 54-volt battery system. Now, all power tool manufacturers are sort of moving, well, I say all of them. Milwaukee aren't. Milwaukee are hanging on to that 18-volt, but a lot of the other manufacturers, we know that Makita have just moved. They've got a bigger offering now. I think it's 40-volt. DeWalt were fairly early with this 54-volt, and you can see you don't actually need to do anything because the contacts there automatically sort themselves out according to what machine it's on. So that will also do 18-volt as well as 54-volt. Doesn't come with a charger, didn't come with a battery, so this is the bare model, if you like, the naked model, and perhaps that's what the N stands for. So not only have we got the 2-speed gearbox, obviously for controlling the amount of torque we get, but we've also got variable speed control on the trigger, which is dead handy because when you're poking it down into a joist or something like that and you want to do a nice slow start to get yourself established, you don't have to try and dial it up on a speed dial or anything. You can just very, very gently push the trigger in, and you can see that you can control that speed quite nicely. There's a work light here, by the way. I like that on all tools these days. What we also have on here, you might notice here a little symbol, and these 2 screws here allow you to put a tag on here. Now the idea of the tag is that you can locate your tools. So if they're stolen, lost, if you just don't know where it is, you can get on the app on your phone and you can look at your particular tool and find out where it is. Really a subject for a separate video, but some companies are doing this now, which is a great help. It means you can keep an eye on where things are. Funnily enough, I did have a tool walk away the other day from 54-volt range, so I'd love to know what's happened to that. If you're out there, you thieving devil. So that's the 54-volt DeWalt angle drill. I hope you like that. I hope you found that useful and interesting. There are, of course, other competitors out there doing this, but this looks to me to be a beast. And if you're a DeWalt fan and you're into that 54-volt, then it's a no-brainer. So if you like this tool, have a look at our track saw review on the 54 volt DeWalt cordless track saw. It won in our head-to-head on the cordless category, and it is a mean beast. So if you want to help our channel, and why wouldn't you, then you could do that by watching another video and liking this one and sharing it.